Hello and welcome to another episode of AFO Proving Grounds. My name is Peter Zimbor, and over the course of the next half hour, we're going to take a look at a fight that is being called the best heavyweight fight in the history of the American Fighting Organization. Tyler King taking on Randy Smith for the vacant AFO Heavyweight Championship. The storylines going in, Randy Smith, an old dog, but does he still have bite? Tyler King, a young gun on the rise, unbeaten, vying to become the first ever former NFL player to win a professional mixed martial arts championship. The crowd was packed in Mansfield, Massachusetts, so let's take a look at how I called the fight with Mike Vonner, Tyler King versus Randy Smith, here on Proving Grounds. Tyler King wearing the black trunks with the purple trim, Randy Smith wearing the solid black trunks. And right hand by Tyler King to begin the fight. He shoots for a takedown, Smith doing a good job of staying upright. Tyler King still working for the takedown, I think he's trying to telegraph a knee. And he ultimately gets the takedown. Falls right into Randy Smith's guard, and Tyler King is now raining down left hands to the body inside of Randy Smith's head. But Smith not appearing to be in any trouble, doing a good job of not allowing Tyler King to get any leverage and put some real starch in those punches.
Smith's been fighting forever, so he's ready for anything that Tyler's got. But what I don't think he is ready for is the strength of Tyler King. That's the one thing that I think is going to make the big difference in this fight, is going to be strength and conditioning.
Tyler King, a phenomenal athlete as exhibited by his NFL and college football background. Making the transition to MMA, there's been a few NFL players who have tried their hand at mixed martial arts, most notably Herschel Walker, and I think the best of the prospects out there, Matt Mitrione.
Now we have Tyler in the half guard top position. He's got to get that leg out, and Randy's got to get his hips out to the left. Perhaps work at his left butterfly, maybe get to a full guard or a butterfly position, but as it is, Tyler's not working that left arm. I think he's either working a Kimura or a straight arm bar. He's got the straight arm bar right now. He's got it straighten. Bad position for Randy. He's going to reach through with that right hand.
Tyler King, I think, going for a submission. Is he trying to just force himself onto Randy Smith? I thought he was trying to get his arm underneath his chin for a moment, but that doesn't appear to be the case.
Still in this half guard position. Tyler's going to get that leg out. Go to a side mount. But still, this is a good position still to try to attack that arm. He's got a great base. Got that left arm based out far to the left. Again, I think the key here is just the strength of Tyler King. Now he's working the Kimura. Back to a straight arm bar.
Tyler King's always had brute strength and athleticism, but what we're seeing now from the days, as opposed to the days when he was an amateur, is he's a much more refined fighter on top of all that brute strength and power.
Absolutely, that he is. He's absolutely showing some great jiu-jitsu right now. He's very methodical, patient, great hips, heavy base.
And now it looks like he's going for a guillotine. Smith gets his way out of it. Smith throws Tyler up against the cage. That's probably the first time that's ever happened to Tyler King. Knees to the body by Smith. King goes for the takedown. He's got his legs. He's got one leg. Earlier, it took him a minute to work for the takedown. He still works for the takedown here. It's in that same corner he was in earlier. And Randy Smith goes down reluctantly, but only goes down to a knee. And now he's raining down punches onto Tyler King. King not giving up the leg. He wants to get Smith on his back once again.
Yeah, I definitely say, Randy of the two is the better striker. I mean, more experience. He seems very comfortable on his feet. So it makes all the sense for Tyler to want to take Randy down.
Let's be honest here. This is the most adversity Tyler King has ever faced in his MMA career, either as a pro or an amateur. And he's trying to get himself out of the
Tyler
situation.
King, he was out. I mean, wobbled a bit coming up.
I think he was off balance.
A combination of the two. As you can see right there, definitely blocked.
Round 2, this one's scheduled for 5 rounds. Tyler King goes for the takedown. Smith stays on his feet and sprawls, and now Tyler King's on the bottom. King back up on his feet.
Tyler came out wanting to touch gloves. Randy Smith wanted no part of it. But I think we got a fight on our hands here.
We definitely do have a fight on our hands.
This is the biggest challenge ever to Tyler King.
And those takedowns, which were coming.
Now we have Randy Smith on top.
Randy Smith looking to be the fresher of the two fighters in the cage right now as well, Mike.
Right now, I agree. I think Tyler's still a little rocked from that first round.
And like we said, he's not used to seeing the second round.
Correct. But I think with his jiu-jitsu from John Connors, he's locking up an armbar.
He's trying to submission.
He's locking up an armbar. Randy Smith's going to be careful. Connors MMA, known for their jiu-jitsu, so Tyler feels very comfortable on his back, I'm sure.
King eats an elbow to the nose, and he is bleeding out of his nostrils. Left hand from Randy Smith. Round 1 was competitive. Round 2 thus far has been all Randy Smith, but Tyler King reverses fortunes as he is now on top with Randy Smith's back to the mat.
Jiu-Jitsu 101 right there.
Like we said, Tyler King has become a very well-schooled fighter. Hasn't had too many opportunities to exhibit all of his tricks inside the cage because his fights have ended so quickly. Facing some adversity here against Randy Smith, and thus far, he's hanging in there, and very much possible he could still win this fight.
Right now, up to this point, with the round not being ended, I see it a 1-1. I see it a dead even, heat to the end. It looks right now that Tyler King has got his bearings back 100%. Seems very focused now. He's got to get that leg out there. He's got to work. He's working it out, trying to get the mount. But it's going to be hard to mount Randy. Randy's been fighting for years, training for years, fighting for years. So he's not going to give up that mount very easily.
Now, even though Tyler King has spent most of the latter half of the second round on top with Randy Smith on the bottom, I think Randy Smith's still winning this round because he did a lot more damage when he was on top earlier in the round.
I agree, but if Tyler continues where he is right now, he might steal this round. Especially if he gets some nice ground and pound in. He's more just been controlling Randy Smith's body
Tyler King with many fans in attendance, shouting words of encouragement.
He really wants that arm. Both guys look exhausted.
And you know, you said it, Tyler King might steal the second round. I think he's actually winning it now. He's remained on top for so long, but as soon as I say that, it looks like both fighters getting back to their feet. And now Tyler King with his back to the mat, Randy Smith on top, and he's raining down some
That
left
could have
hand.
reversed it. That's going to look big in the judge's eyes right there. Finishing strong the last 10 seconds.
Just a few seconds remaining here in round number 2, and Randy Smith finishes strong. Round strong. In between, Tyler King was in control, but I think that Alpha Omega Smith began and ended round number 2 strong. Tyler King raining some uppercuts onto the head of Randy Smith. Smith clinching, pushes him up against the cage. This is a championship fight.
This is a great fight.
These are the fights you love to see and you love to call. Two heavyweights giving it all they have with the championship belt at stake. Round 3 has been all standing thus far. Tyler King, up until this point, has liked to shoot for the takedown, but the early success he had with the takedown, he really didn't have much of in round 2.
Well, I think whoever gets the takedown, that's going to be a huge deciding factor. These guys are so tired. They're heavy. Whoever gets the takedown on top, it can stay there for the rest of the round. I think that's going to dictate as to who our winner is. But they're both just so very tired. It's like they're trying to catch that one big breath of fresh air to explode.
Tyler King with his back pressed up against the cage. Our camera's right on top of the action. Knees to the body by Randy Smith. Big right hands. Tyler King in trouble a little bit. He clinches. Tyler King exhibiting a good chin. We're learning things about Tyler King tonight. He can face adversity and come back. But is he winning this fight?
Right now, neither one is. It's even. It's punch for punch. I got to give it to Randy when it comes to the knees. A little bit more assertive with the knees. A lot of opportunities for knees for both these guys, but for some reason a little reluctant to throw them. As right here, Randy Smith should be throwing knees to the legs of Tyler King as Tyler's up against the cage. Got to stay active. Right now, both men are not active.
And I think Tyler King may have inadvertently hit Randy Smith in the groin, judging by the way Randy Smith groaned upon that blow landing. And our referee is going to allow Randy Smith time to recover from that low blow.
I doubt it. I mean, I've got to know Tyler King. Very humble gentleman.
Well, King shoots for the takedown, that humble young man, and
Finds
Smith
himself
stops
in an
it.
adverse position now.
And Tyler King, a very humble, polite, well-spoken young man.
Yes, he is.
Can't say enough good things about him outside the cage. And you can say some really good things about him inside the cage as well, but he's got himself inside a real fight right now.
I really wish this fight was 5-minute rounds right now. I don't want to see this fight end.
This fight is 5-minute rounds.
It is 5-minute rounds.
This is a championship bout, Mike.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you thought we were all done after this round. No,
I was just testing you.
Well, I passed that
I want
test
more
then.
of this. The question is, can both these guys make it 5 rounds? A lot of energy, big guys, a lot of muscle, a lot of oxygen.
So round 4 underway.
Hit him. Well, there was a good knee. There's another good knee from Tyler King. The other 2 knees looking a little low, but now 2 more knees followed that look to the midsection. Nice knee, nice exchange of knees. First by Randy Smith and the second by Tyler King. But that first knee being initiated by Randy Smith. Both guys kind of jockeying for position right now. Tyler King reversing the position, getting Randy Smith up against the cage with double underhooks. Randy Smith with an over-under. Right now, Tyler King should be unloading those knees as he does right now.
This entire round has remained upright. Nice knee to the body by Randy Smith. Tyler King looked like he was going for a single leg, but unfortunately for him, he finds himself on the bottom, Randy Smith on top.
So I think this is one of the few times we've seen Randy Smith in Tyler King's half guard, so we'll see what kind of a half guard position that Tyler King has as he gets the knee in. I think Tyler right now is working the right arm of Randy Smith, working a Kimura. He's got it sunk in pretty deep.
Tyler King has shown signs of jiu-jitsu earlier tonight. Does he have it? Does he have it? The crowd is getting excited.
Wow, is that tight?
Then Randy Smith roll his way out of it.
Wow, he was able to reverse Randy Smith. But Randy Smith now defending well. Wow, that's some great flexibility for a big guy right there.
There are so many fans of the AFO tonight emotionally invested in Tyler King. This crowd is behind him, but Randy Smith is calm, cool, and collected like the veteran he is. And now Randy Smith running down left hands to the face of Tyler King.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm so impressed with Tyler King's jiu-jitsu. He's a young, new fighter, fighting experienced Randy Smith. And anytime he finds himself in a bad position, like a side mount, he's always able to find himself back into a half guard or a full guard position.
Closing seconds of round number 4, and an all-out war between Tyler King and Randy Smith for the AFO Heavyweight Championship. And there's a bit of tape from the left glove of Tyler King that's probably going to need to be cut off, and that might buy him some time. That's going to be pretty convenient for him if the ref chooses to enforce that. Tyler King does not look fresh right now. He looks incredibly fatigued.
He does. He does. He's never been pushed this far. He's never been to a 5-round fight. I don't think he's ever been past 3 rounds.
He's never been past 1.
1 round.
This is a fight, win or lose. Tyler King will learn from the experience and be a better
Absolutely.
fighter because of it.
Absolutely.
As we are showered with blood here at our cage side
Literally.
announce table.
Timeout, 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 timeout.
And timeout is called by the official. Tyler King is a bloody mess. Who wants it more? They both want it. Tyler King is fatigued. Randy Smith is fatigued. Tyler King is bloody. War of attrition. Tyler King trying to land some big knees.
Regardless of who wins or loses, man, I'll tell you, this is one of the best heavyweight matches I've seen in a long time.
Best heavyweight fight I've seen on the New England circuit ever. Not to say that it is the best, it's the best I've seen. Randy Smith with a nice knee. King backing up. King is backing up.
I mean, neither fighter giving up. 5 rounds. Championship rounds.
This fight, an episode upon itself of Proving Grounds, as this one is gonna go 5 rounds.
Well, Tyler's going to work aggressively now if he wants to pull this fight out. It's do or die right now. As more blood is splattered on us. I love the view, but I hate the blood on me.
Referee breaks them up. Final seconds of the final round of this fight. Perhaps that was not the 10-second clap I heard, it was just someone clapping. But nevertheless, what a fight.
Did you notice the whole commission table? When the fight went up to the other side of the cage, all the commissioners got up off the table and stepped back because of the blood. And so forth.
Anyone sitting cage side, the dry cleaner's going to wonder what they were doing this weekend come Monday. But what a fantastic fight between Randy Smith and Tyler King. Tyler King, I think, has to pull something out of his hat to win this fight here in the 5th and final round. Nice knees to the body by Randy Smith. Tyler King has got to land something huge. Nice Superman punch. Right hand lands to the side of Randy Smith's head. Now it's the final seconds of the final round of this AFO Heavyweight Championship fight. Oh, we still got one more title fight to go, folks. Tyler King and Randy Smith.
What a fight.
Go the distance.
After 5 rounds, all 3 judges, Mark Aliberti, Dave Ginsburg, and Brian Miner, all seated the same at 50-45. We're winner by unanimous decision and the brand new AFO Heavyweight Champion, Randy Smith.
Randy Smith with a shutout unanimous decision over Tyler King.
Well, it turns out Randy Smith still does have something left in the tank as he unanimously outpoints the previously undefeated Tyler King and earns himself the AFO Heavyweight Championship in the process. Great effort by both men, great performance by Randy Smith, and surely a great fight for you AFO fans. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Proving Grounds. Remember, you can check out the AFO online 24/7 at afomma.com. For everyone here at the American Fighting Organization, our president, Pete DiLorenzo, I'm your host, Peter Zimbor, and we'll see you next time here on Proving Grounds.
This episode of AFO Proving Grounds was brought to you by MMAEventInsurance.com. For all your MMA, kickboxing, boxing, wrestling, and tough man event insurance needs.